Hello, I am Mr Firebirdy and welcome to my first ever video. As you can probably tell, I am a Minecraft player and I will be doing YouTube videos about Minecraft. So today we're going to be looking at how to prepare a Minecraft world. So how to set it up, how to create it, what options you want, whether that be in a survival world, a testing world, or your creative thing, or whatever you want, anything really. So yeah, let's get right into it. So the first thing that you need to think about is your seed. The seed of a world is what creates it. It's the generation patterns that are used to create every world, and there's trillions of them. They are what create everything in Minecraft. So you want to decide if you want a random seed, so you get a completely fresh world and you don't know what it is, or if you're going to want a set seed that has certain biomes or places or structures or whatever, all that malarkey. So if you would like a custom seed that you want to prepare in advance, then you can look at this next section where I will go to a few different websites that can look at the seeds. But if you don't, then you can just skip on to the next chapter. So what you're first going to want to do is you're going to want to look up the seed finder on any browser. I'm just using Chrome, Google, whatever. Yeah. And just click on this one here, and as you'll see, it says chunk base. Now you scroll down a bit, and here it is. So this is the seed finder. The great thing about this is it can show you any seed. You just input the seed here, and then it will come up with a 2D bird's eye representation of your world that has that seed. So as we can see, I can click on this random button here, and that will produce an entirely random seed, and it spawns me in. Well, as you can see, the different biomes are indicated by different colours. So as you can see down here, I can't do it. As you can see down in there, it says the biome. So currently we're in a snowy taiga, and then over here's a forest. You have more taiga over here. You have rivers going through here, snowy plains, frozen ocean. You even have you might think what all these little icons are, and those are structures. So if you go to this bar up here, these are all the things that can be viewed. So let's run through them all. So this one is the surface biome, so those are all the biomes. I would recommend having those on. This one here is your spawn location, so that's your estimated spawn points. As you can see, it spawns you at 0, 0. Then this button shows your slime chunks. You can't actually view it from here. Slime chunks are places where slimes can spawn within your world. So these are chunks, which are 16 by 16 area, which these are where slimes can spawn in, so good for making slime farms and that stuff. The next one we have along is the villages. So this one here, there is a tiger village at that location. As you can see, if I click on it, then it shows you the coordinates. You can go there in your world, which I'll be testing out later. This here is an ancient city, which, as you can see, we have one right over here. But that'll be underground, so that won't be on the surface, obviously. Then you also have monster spawners, which they take a bit of time to load, but they show the creature that they're spawning as well. So this one is a spider, this is a zombie and a skeleton, and then yeah, all of that. I'm just going to turn off all these other structures that I've done so far. Then you have the stronghold, which you will probably have to look around for a bit to see. So let's scooch out a bit here. And yeah, as you can see, the closest one is, not too far away, 772, well, so about 700 blocks. You have a witch hut, which they're quite rare and you might not see them everywhere. You have the ocean monument, spawning in warm oceans usually. You have the pillagers, I believe, pillager outposts. You have mine shafts, so underground mine shafts. You have ruined portals, um, jungle temples. You have desert temples. You have witch huts. Oh, my bad. The previous one was woodland mansions, is what that was. So even more rarer. This is a witch hut, very similar to a villager one actually. So you got to be careful of that. You have buried treasures. So as you can see down here, you have shipwrecks, igloos, ocean ruins, and if we go along, you've got a fossil. You have caves, good for exploring. You have ravines, amethyst geodes, which you can't see now, but if I zoom in, there's a lot of them. They're very easy to find on here. You have possible places for enchanted golden apples. That wouldn't be good, but I find that would be a bit cheaty. Then you have ore veins, and finally desert wells, which got the new use in 1.20 update. So now you have the seed of your world, you can also select the version. So because I play on Bedrock Edition, then I have selected the Bedrock one. So you can select 1.19, but I'm going to actually do 1.20 because that's the nearest update. And look, we have a new one. Ooh, I have not seen this before. This is the Trail Ruins. So the Trail Ruins is a new thing where you can find suspicious sand and gravel, and you can uncover pottery shards and armor trims and that stuff. But yeah, so that's, you can select the version. So if you're in if you play on Java Edition, then you can select the edition that you play on, and you can also select your dimension. So you can not only see the overworld, you can see into the Nether, and as you can see, that has new structures. You have blaze spawners, nether fortresses, bastion remnants, and ruined portals all through there. And you have the different biomes. You've got nether wastes and basalt. Oh yeah, you can explore that. And then you also have the end itself, which I'm gonna need to zoom out a bit. But there we are. Gosh, that is a lot. So you've got all these, and you have all the end islands out here, which go on for a very big time. You have all the different end gateways. They all go to different places. Wow, that's interesting. You have end cities, but you can also see with the ship. So if they'll have an elytra width, so great for getting a elytra. And then you have the end in the very centre, which I don't think you can actually see the island for on here, but I promise you it is somewhere around there. But yes, so you can view all three different dimensions, all from one seed, your version and the dimension. You can zoom in and out here. You can look at different biomes. You can search for, I just want to find the small end islands maybe, and it will highlight those. It will take a second because it's very big. But as you can see, it looks for that specific biome. So this is good for in the overworld. If I go back to there, or even in the Nether, maybe I want to find a warp forest, say. So let's find a warp forest, and there you are. So I can find maybe my nether portals around here, and then I can look and I go, the nearest one is around, the coordinates are shown here. My nearest one would be around -913 and then 1353 maybe. So yeah, it's good for finding biomes like that. You have biome height and grid lines, but you can muck around with all that different stuff. You also have instructions down there, but who needs instructions these days? Now, the next site that you want to go to is called MC Seeder. So you just search it up like that, and it's this one with the little seed logo. So it'll come up here. Now, this is where you can find custom seeds. So now you could keep pressing the random button and say, oh, I want say I want a biome that spawns me in the new cherry grove forest. So that's indicated by a pink colour, but it's not here. And I don't want to travel far for it, so I could just keep pressing the random button. It's a bit too far away for me. No, it's closer, but still not enough. Not enough. Yeah, never. And you could do it like that, but it would take a long time, and it's just really not worth the effort to do that, really. So that is what Seeder is for. You can find your own seed, so a seed finder. So say I want the new cherry grove biome. So I just pop that in there. Select the range. I'm going to say within 100 blocks, and I say find, and bam, there we are. There's a cherry grove literally right there. So within what, hardly any blocks, like, yeah, about 90 blocks away, so you would be able to see it, and perfect. But maybe I want a different shape. Maybe I don't want to be in a plain, so I start, well, let's have a look. And there we go, it spawns me pretty much in the cherry grove biome, and it's very big. That's the perfect one I want. And now all I need to do is take this seed, and yeah, you can also press on a random seed. You can also view the dimensions, so the same for the end and the nether. You can select the version. However, the version does not support Bedrock players. This is only for Java Edition. So what that means is you can show different structures you want. Say I want to see where the villages are, and as you can see there's a village over here. However, structures spawn differently from Java to Bedrock. So currently, if I were to put this seed in on Java, sure, there would be a village there. However, if I put the same seed on Bedrock, the village might not be in the same place. It might be in a different place. There might be no village at all because it spawns them differently. So, but the biomes and the world will be the same. It's just the structures that will be different. But yes, you can do that. You can select the version. You can have the biome height, zoom, and all that other stuff. You can also see maybe I do want a village, or I want a swamp hut. I don't know, within 100 blocks. However, this is very close, so you have to have a cherry grove biome and a swamp hut both together within 100 blocks. That is quite a tricky thing to search for, and so as you can see, it will have to search for quite a long time. And I'm not even going to wait for this, so you'll probably want to select a larger amount of blocks. So just actually, I don't know, 750 blocks, say. There we are. And so you see that responded much quicker because it was much easier to find. So there we are, so that we've got swamp huts, and we also have a cherry grove biome over here. That is the perfect seed that I want. So now what I need to do is, it has the seed here, and so if I just head back on into Minecraft, and so as you can see, I've just spawned in, and look what we have here. It is a swamp that we have. So if I can go back to the page, but I want to find where this swamp hut was. Oh, in fact, look, we got some froggies. Those are in the new update. Oh, they look so cool. I will definitely be wanting to get these guys. Whoa, my gosh, they jump high. Anyway, we are not here for frogs. We are here for seeds. Now, we want to find where is this swamp hut. Ah, now, like I said before, so here is a swamp hut, which is pretty good, but it is not in the same place that I thought it would be, because that was in Java Edition, like I said earlier. So it does have a swamp hut, but before in Java it was going to be over there somewhere, and so that can't be guaranteed with anything, but luckily there was still one over there. But the biomes are all exactly the same, and as you can see, I'll go back to the page. So if I want to find out the exact place of structures in a seed, I can take the seed, I can copy it, I can go back to the other website, and I can input that there. And now, as you can see, it has the same biomes, but it can also show me all the structures. So I'll just turn on all these structures here. As you can see here, it says there's a witch hut at 40136. So as you can see here, there's the plains there, and then the swamp, and here should be 40136. I forgot to turn coordinates on, but yes, this is the exact same as it has shown in the on the website. So that's how you can find the exact places of structures. So say then I wanted to find the closest village around, well, I'd have to have a look around for a bit. So there's more witch huts all around here. There's a village over there actually, but I might want it to be there. There's a village over here. Now I'm gonna have to travel for a bit, but it's at 280.112. Let's go look for that. And sure enough, there we have it. The village is here. So it was quite far away, but there we have it. And also over here should be the cherry grove biome when it loads in. And boom, there we go, Cherry Grove, yay! So we found it after a while, but there we go. So the village is over there and the Cherry Grove here, and now this is the perfect place where I could set up my home. So there we are. So that is the purpose of a seed in the world. The next question you're going to want to ask yourself is, what kind of world do you want? So before you just go ahead and press the create button, you have to think about what you want your world to be. So you can choose your world name, but most importantly, what game mode do you want? Survival or creative? Now, survival, pretty self-explanatory. You have to survive, you have health, hunger, and you can't fly and edit stuff. You break and place blocks, and you pretty much classic Minecraft. Then you also have creative, where you can fly around, you can have any block in the game, and you can build stuff all by yourself, and you can't be hurt by monsters, as the description says. However, you will see this thing up here which says you can't earn achievements. Achievements are things in your world that, so say you craft an iron pickaxe, there's an achievement called Isn't It Iron Pick? And you earn that by doing a certain thing, so in that case, creating an iron pickaxe. However, if you're in creative, you cannot earn achievements. I will get to this later or in another video. So for survival world, you want to select survival. Wow, really? And for a creative, for a testing world, you'll probably want to go into creative. So I'm going to select survival because this will be my hardcore world. So on to the next thing. Difficulty. You have peaceful. Peaceful is you have no hostile mobs, and hunger doesn't deplete, and you pretty much can't get hurt except by llamas. Easy is quite easy. Normal, the standard damage. Hard is when they deal more damage, and it will hunger bar depletes and drains all health. Now, in Java Edition, there is a difficulty called Hardcore, which is pretty much the same as hard. However, in Hardcore, if you die, you cannot get your world back. You can only spectate your world, so you only have one life. Unfortunately, Bedrock Edition does not have this feature. However, I have found a good alternative. Just do it yourself. If you die, you have to delete the world forever, and that's it, or you can never respawn. That will be what it is. So I'm going to make a hardcore world. So I'm going to set it on hard, survival, and if I die, then I have to delete the world forever. Now, you can make your world name. I don't actually know what I'm going to call my survival world yet, but I might let you guys decide that actually. Anyway, on to the advanced section. So we've already covered your seed, which I'm going to want a random seed, so I'm just going to leave that in there. However, you also can have a flat world, so perfect for testing worlds, where you also can't earn achievements. So as you can see from the picture, it'll just be something like that. Now, so you have flat world, which is just 3 layers of grass and then bedrock, nothing else. You can have a starting map on, so you start with a blank map, which you can fill out and explore your world, but in my opinion, that's cheating. When you were born into this world, did you get a little map? No, you didn't. You have a bonus chest, which gets you items to get you started, also, in my opinion, cheating. Now you have coordinates, so every place in your world, every block has a different coordinate, X, Y, and Z. These can be used to find things, places, and mark things in your world. However, it's also useful for going mining, so there's certain Y coordinates, Y layers, which are good layers for diamonds or netherite, netherite scraps and stuff. However, for my playthrough, I think I'm going to leave those off. I normally turn them on, however, for this I'm going to leave them off, actually. Because in my opinion, it's cheating as well, because, yeah, you can't always see where everything is, you have to explore it yourself. Oh god, I'm turning into loony. Anyway, you have fire spreads, TNT explodes, respawn blocks explode, so respawn anchors and beds explode in the nether and end. Mob loot, so they drop items when they're killed. Natural regeneration, you regenerate based on your hunger. I would leave that on because, of course. Blocks drop when they're broken. You might as well have this on. Immediate respawn, I definitely don't want on if this is a hardcore world. Respawn radius is when you die, but we don't need to worry about that. That's within you where you die, no custom spawn point is set. Then you have the simulation distance. So like I said before with slime chunks, there's 16 by 16 area is one chunk of your world. So this is a simulation distance. I would recommend 8 chunks because you just want it to load as much as possible, and because bedrock isn't the greatest for loading render distance, then yeah, you might as well have that. Anyway, moving on, you have multiplayer, which I'm not actually going to allow other players on my world because I want it to be a single world. But if you want a multiplayer world, then you have all those options. You have player permissions, so visitor means they can't break blocks and they can only observe your world, as it says. They can build a mine, attack players and mobs, interact with stuff. Operator means that they can change the world, so they can use commands and everything else. Then you have different stuff, so friendly fire, players can damage each other. But yeah, for this purpose, I'm going to turn multiplayer game off. Then we have cheats, which are definitely cheating. So you can select cheats here. You have the daylight cycle, which is normal or always day, which means day will always be day. Keep inventory is you keep your items when you die. Mob spawning, mob spawn. Mob grief, they can destroy blocks and do stuff pretty much. They drop entities drop loot, so non-mob entities like paintings drop items when destroyed. Weather cycle, so if you want it to be always sunny, then turn this off, but I'm going to leave it on because it's a natural world. Console commands, use commands in chat to activate certain features. You won't want this on for a survival world, but if you want a creative world, then you'll use this. So command blocks are you can use commands to get a command block, and you can run commands and it can change your world. Then you also have, I did not know you could get this, Education Edition, apparently you can get on there, but that's for desktop devices. You also have random tick speed, which affects how quickly something happens, so I'm just going to keep that at 1 because I don't want it to mess with anything. 1 is the standard. However, if you want things to be sped up, then you can increase that. However, I'm going to leave all cheats off. Then you have resource packs and behavior packs, which I won't get into. And you also have experiments, which you can have a look at yourself. But that is all that I will need for now. So, once you've selected your world name, you can go ahead and press create. However, you might want a day counter. A day counter is a thing in your world which, when it's a new day, there'll be a little thing which says day is, and then the day number, which I think will be quite cool because it allows you to keep track of how long you've survived in your world. So for this you'll want to go into creative. If you don't want a day counter, then you can stick to survival and you can press create right away. However, I'm going to press creative, and I'm going to turn cheats on so I have access to command blocks. So what I'm first going to want to do is you're going to want to go into the chat here, so the little right arrow key as you can see on there, and you're going to want to say /give at symbol p, which means the closest player, command, go to symbols, find underscore, and block. So this will give me a command block which I can then put my command into. So as you can see, here I have it. Let's just place it down right here. Perfect. Now what I'm going to want to do is, in this, I'm going to put time query day. Perfect. Now you can also put a name for this over the hover note. I'll just put this as day counter. Make it nice and simple. You don't have to put anything here, but it's just for reference. Impulse, additional, perfect. So that's everything that you need there. And it will say command set time query day. So there we have our day counter. Now, what we're going to do next is I'm going to get a daylight sensor. I'm going to place it on top of that. You're going to need to crouch and place it on top so you don't just click on the command block. And so that should, and as you can see in the top left corner, it says day is 0. Perfect, so it's activated it, and I better get going because otherwise, I guess I'll do it tomorrow. But yeah, so what you're going to want to do next is you're going to want to stand on top of here. Now this is perfect, so every time that this daylight sensor will sense that it's day, it will activate this and it will say the day name. So every new day, it will say what it is. However, if I go far away, if I go too far, then it will go out of my simulation distance and then it won't trigger, and it will only trigger once I'm back here. But say I want to live maybe 100 blocks away, and it will never do this. So what I need to put is I go /ticking area /ticking area and then you're going to want to do this squiggle symbol. I don't actually know what it's called, but you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 of those, and then just press OK and click there, and it should say adding ticking area from that to whatever that 1 out of 10 ticking areas in use. So there we have it. So now this should work, and this should always stay like this. So now I'm going to get rid of everything in my inventory, and as you can see, completely blank. Then let's just get a bed real quick. Get a bed, place it down, and if I sleep now, then it should say in a sec, boom, day counter, day is 1. Perfect. So now I am going to start my journey. Once it gets to noon, I'm going to start my world. So the day counter is working, everything should be going fine, my inventory is clear. Now I'm going to go into settings, I'm going to switch back into survival, and there we have it. Oh wait, no. I think also cheats might still be on, so I want to deactivate cheats, so now none of that is going to do anything. But there we are. So hopefully this works now, and now I will just wait until noon, and then I will start my hardcore world. Careful of that polar bear. Anyway, that has been all for today. I hope this video has helped you and you have now prepared your world, whether there's a testing world, you might want the flat world, and you can mess about with all the wonderful bits of Minecraft. But here you are. I'm not overly happy with the seed actually, but it is what it is. I like the spruce wood, so I could build a big thing out of that maybe. Or I might just go find a plains biome, because a plains biome is my favourite biome. Anyway, stop babbling. I have been Mr Firebirdy, you have been awesome, and thank you very much for watching. See you in my hardcore series. Goodbye.